Hello, folks in YouTube. Welcome back to the next episode of Age of Wonders 3 multiplayer. Let's play. I'm here with Joe. This might be a very short one, but the other one was just getting too long, and it's better a natural cut than my having to splice the video into. Um, oh yeah, the item is just gonna be your weapon, by the way. Heavy crossbow.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh, I could. I think it's considered to belong to my army. I'm wondering if I could ne- give it to you in a negotiation. Uh,
Yeah, I've seen item trading on
yeah, I
like the
just
phone.
don't know if I can do it with items that. Oh, what was your offer again? I have to accept the thing you sent me before, which was 73 gold. Let's. I know I can give you items. I just don't know if I can give you this item because it's not been picked up. But that's your items.
Oh, you might have to pick it up. Wait, you can't pick it up. Can you just leave it there on the ground and I can pick it up? Presumably I can pick it up this turn. No, or
On
next
your
turn or
turn,
whatever.
yeah,
Yeah.
it would cost your leader all one movement, so I guess it's not a big deal. She's not going
Yeah.
to get to Food Gold in a single turn, anyways. I don't think.
Let me check.
7.
Oh, I can't. Well,
Hmm?
still. Probably not. No.
Yeah, she can't get to Food Gold in. Well, let's see. That's got 8. If she picks that item up, she have 3 less, and then. Yeah, it won't slow her getting the Food Gold in terms of like she'll still be able to do it at the same number of turns either way. So yeah, I can leave it for you. I don't know if it counts as your item or mine though. Like I might not. You get what I'm saying?
I don't think it's anybody's until it gets picked up, right?
I don't know. Maybe.
So you're asking me what gender apprentices were?
Uh, Draconian ones specifically.
Draconian apprentice. Oh. I think all
I
apprentices
mean,
are
not
male.
Draconian. Sorry, Draconian.
Frostlings?
Frostling. Yeah.
Looks male. I think I see. Yeah, it looks like they got beards.
Darn it. Would have been powerful if they were female for the
Uh,
Royal Guard to be able to back them up.
how would I even
Uh,
get apprentices?
they're a wizard, a sorcerer class thing. You wouldn't be able to do it this campaign. I was just wondering for future ones.
Oh, I see. I understand. Yeah.
Um, hmm.
Hmm. uh Be nice if there was like some sort of marker for their gender since it's important.
Yeah, no, you just have to see from visually.
Yeah.
Um, well, I could send the prospectors to help dig out that area where northwest of Galbrand, create a nice big open area, and then a Tigran city could be planted or Tigran outpost, and then also a
Yeah.
dwarf one, maybe further west. I don't know. Those are rock walls there and there. So there's different ways to, yeah. Tigran's outposts are just so freaking productive, is the thing. Um, that's rock. I see.
Can
Hmm.
I make dwarf hunters or like hunters of any race just by building that city,
Yeah,
that city improvement
yeah, you can
building?
make dwarven hunters. I think they have armor, unlike most of your hunters, but they carry heavy
Yeah.
crossbows, not longbows.
Uh, dwarf hunter.
Yeah, just like I can train dwarven phalanxes, which are
Look,
ridiculously good.
it says shoot bow. Do they have short bows or normal bows or whatever?
Oh yeah, no, maybe they have normal bows. If it
Yeah,
says
it
shoot
it
bow,
looks like yeah, it just says shoot bow. Three triggers 3 times, arcing shot, less damage at long range.
yeah, it's just
Oh,
a standard bow. But yeah,
okay.
you can train like dwarven hunters and stuff. I can train like dwarven phalanxes
Yeah.
because
Frostling
phalanxes are a
hunters.
high or tier 3, I think, warlord units. So, um, honestly, you're
Uh,
better sticking to high elf longbowmen and dwarven axemen
yeah.
and high elf hunters because they're even more mobile than. I mean, because you get the race governance arcane arrows, which only applies to your elven archers, not to.
Elves. Right, right. Yeah, I
Right.
see.
So let's see, arcane.
The Horned God? I'm looking at Archdruid units, and giant there's a druid giant.
Yeah. It's a very high tier unit. Probably not cost effective. Very high tier units are generally
32
not.
upkeep.
Yeah. Generally speaking, you'd be better with a swarm of cheaper units like tier 2 and something like that until very late game where it's just like the heroes have become so powerful that, you know.
Yep. Yep. Oh, Tigrin hunters have throw blades.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if I move off this item if uh I could start quarrying it to one of my units and then try and trade it to you. But yeah, a crossbow is not actually an upgrade really for ONS most of the time because it suffers a
Yeah.
line of sight. It's mostly just if she moves a bunch and she wants to shoot it.
Well,
Court
yeah.
heavy crossbow,
I
of course,
don't
most of my
really know who
characters.
I'd give it to.
I know I'd probably give it to myself. My high elf, necromancer. Now I think of it.
Yeah. Then yeah, maybe you should curry it to them.
She's 4 turns away, but uh, could alternatively give it to my dreadnought. He has a prototype rifle, but can only be fired every other turn.
Oh, yeah.
So he could swap in the. He does have the ability to spit fire the other times, though.
Oh, right.
Which does 12 damage, but I think that's with an extra bit of damage from. Some things are resistant to fire. Yeah, that might actually be an upgrade for my dreadnought. It's not as good as a longbow, but let's see if I can get him close enough that there's a rock cavern walls all 2, 3, 4, 5. build a city there. Hmm. All right. Yeah, I'm sending my dreadnought up to city to give a hand. Also, I probably want him close enough to curry this crossbow 2 in 1 turn. Still 2 turns. Oh well. Yeah, so he can help in the aid in the defense of the city, and he can rotate out, firing his rifle and using the heavy crossbow when the rifle doesn't
Yeah.
work. Um, yeah, 2 turns. So I think he wouldn't have it next turn, which would be when everyone gets in position. But the turn after, so yeah, if the Archon's attacked by the time the armies are in position, I'll have it. I also was looking. If you're looking south of a Fugold, right?
Yeah.
I was looking at where forts or outposts could be placed. Forts to hold the spot, or just put a bunch of outposts in rapid succession before they crowd each other out. The far left, that tunnel could probably be a dwarven one, surrounded by rock walls which can't be carved out. Uh, 5 tiles east of that could be a fort to hold a place for a Tigran outpost. The problem is they have to be 5 tiles apart. Or actually, maybe the one that's right next to the lava. Because then the advantage of that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it wouldn't be too much further to 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you'd only have to dig 1 tile further in that tunnel branch to the southeast to have a spot for another outpost. You might not be able to fit more anyhow. So you might want something just way further down that tunnel. So yeah, I would say at the nexus of those tunnels, 5 east of that. And the Tyrant outpost would end up blocking the approach to Fugold from the south. So anything going through here that can't dig around it would have to go through the city. And then
Yeah.
there would also be room at like near the entrance to that tunnel that I dug in from the south for another could ultimately be a Tyrant outpost because there'd be lots of open space around it. I didn't dig up out all the dirt walls, but that could be a fort initially, and then later an actual outpost once more is dug out around it. It is further away from where settlers have come from. But yeah, I am training 2 settlers right now. They'll be done next turn. They'll probably go on my existing forts because you if you settle a place that's near gold mines, you can get a little more. If the city is happy, you can get a little more value out of the mines that way, like a multiplier in their value.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
City has to be happy for them that to happen. If they're unhappy, you'll actually lose money. But
makes sense.
I guess it's from the greater labor supply that's available. Uh, warfare or death march. Or was there? Yeah, there's probably not a laboratory in this city, but I did want to check. Uh, shoot. Do you have time for a city battle or how long is this? 15 minutes.
Um,
Because
Requiem?
there was, yeah,
Requiem.
the conquest of Trequium. It would help me figure out what to tech next, but I highly doubt they've got a laboratory, but you never know. Yeah.
Will I reinforce? Because I'm looking at it. Where I'm actually at peace with them right now.
Yeah, I don't know. Um,
So I don't know if I can reinforce because I can't unless I have to declare war. Which
I
they're frostlings.
you shouldn't. You should not declare war on them, but I think
Mm,
you reinforce in.
hopefully,
Uh,
I don't know. It might not. I mean, you do have enough here that I think you shouldn't need the help if they don't reinforce. But hopefully they do.
um, hmm. Let's see. It's gonna be 2 turns. I don't know if I lose progress whenever I'm taking if I do seek inspiration. Uh, heck with it. Maybe I should just do something I can tech in 2 turns. Basic seafaring so I can build bridges. Uh, I don't know. One thing at a time, I guess. One thing at a time. Hmm. Hey, northwest of Eleanor, right?
Yeah.
Nestled against those mountains. You were probably gonna put a dwarf city there, or
Uh, Tigran
yeah,
or
Tyrants
for
B.
Tig, I think. There's some barons there, right?
No, it's all fertile plains and dense vegetation. But
Oh,
the
that's
city
that.
state will clear. There'll be the city state will clear 2 of the dense vegetation, so there'll be 4 fertile plains, 5 fertile plains, and 4 forest within the radius of the
Right.
city within a reasonable time. Um,
Hmm. Not really sure.
a whole bunch of mounds though. Tyrant sees
I know,
it's
could be dwarves,
always
could
be
be
the most
Tyrians.
productive. It's just you got to fit the dwarves somewhere if you're going to train their units. That might
Yeah,
be a decent place because it's nestled against the mounds. Um, that and up that long valley north of your capital at the very end of
yeah,
it. I would say those are two places for dwarf cities on the surface, maybe. And then most other places,
yeah. They're
Tigrin.
decent.
Um,
What about in the valley with the wetlands between my capital and Falsariel?
uh,
Decent dwarf city.
I mean, dwarves could be happier, but I would just say Tigrins. I would just put a fort there for now. I mean, let's see. Illinois is doing a settler, and that was going to go between it and your capital, right? Like while the while the radius is
I
smaller.
think the next settler. Oh, hmm. Yeah, you're right. I think the next one will go north. Although, I don't know. I don't think that's a great high elf spot.
I mean, not everything has to have light terrain. It's just that it's close by and you can
Yeah,
get there quickly. And I mean, in a way, it is not. You won't have light terrain, but high elf units move through forest efficiently. And if it was to, be defending Eleanor or such, that way you wouldn't have to chop down the forest to make way for a road.
yeah.
Or where's that little spot nestled with the watchtower? I was thinking the reason I was asking what race you were going to put there is I was thinking of digging a road east there and maybe starting setting up
Oh,
the fort now to hold the place and well I mean or just digging the road for now. I actually kind of the problem is I may need the money for training. Let's send the Tiger and see what mercenaries are available. Because that's the thing. Okay, a Frostling Ice Queen, Frosting Raider, and a Goblin Untouchable. Well, Goblins hate me. Frostlings aren't super fond of me, I don't think. No, they don't care. They're neutral. It's just the Goblins. They're mad because I have attacked heroes. They've tried to join me. A High Elf and Goblin hero so far. Um, but the High Elves are away at minus 50. Hmm. Just do a Frosting Raider. Or is that the Frostlings south? I don't particularly like Frosting Ice Queens, but I really need more armies. So, hmm. This is what I was afraid of. And then I wouldn't have enough money to build anything in the captured city. I'll just recruit a Frosting Raider. That leaves me with 400 gold. That's enough. More enough. It's got Arctic Walking. and concealment. Oh yeah, I can absorb a city now. Or a village. Uh, the orc one's kind of far. Tungal will be cheaper if I just take down these bards.
Fairfields has some enemies in it.
Enemies in it.
Yeah. And Shadowstalker.
Oh, the brigands have entered. Yeah, they enter the domain and they cause unhappiness, but they don't actually. I've never seen them attack these
Oh,
independent vassals. I hope they won't, because the vassals generally don't raise an army to defend themselves. So, I mean, they have the units wandering, but they don't fight each other. It wouldn't make
okay.
sense. So, yeah, they'll just wander through the terrain there, as far as I can tell. If Fairfields
Okay.
gets taken next turn, there's nothing I could do though. So, what I would not want to do is try and absorb Fairfields. That would be dumb.
Yeah.
Um, hmm. Oh, okay, that's a smart move. Hmm. And extend the road south of that. What I don't know what's the fort's called. It's in Rockar. I'm gonna extend the road south of Rockar. Um, that makes
Okay.
sense. Because I'm kind of short on money, even after you gave me that money. Uh, we did see before that when you were fighting those Frostlings that my units came in and helped. So clearly we can help each other on quests. Uh, any chance you want to send a longbowman all the way to Toongal to fight those bards? Probably not. That wouldn't make a lot of sense, would it?
It's pretty far.
Yeah.
Would definitely be a few turns.
All right. Oh, that was kind of useless, except that with the road extended, I can chop down some of these forests and enhance the ability to move units along that don't have barons running, which I think all tyrants do. Yep. All right. Should probably send these guys here to be able to support the builder if it's tat, and it's just a matter of Trequium. Looks like.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think you'll because of I wasn't at war with those Frostlings that I assisted you against, so I think that I won't. You should be able to assist me in the city battle, no problem. I was thinking about that. I don't think it's
Okay.
gonna cause any problems. Um,
Can save it just in case.
yep. Especially since now I'm just moving units around to. Let's see. Plains and barons running on this chariot. 5, 6. So that'd be half its movement. 4, 5. Oh, it wouldn't quite make it back. Shoot. Just trying to see if I could collect one of the flowers of solace. Looks like no. Oh yeah, units who start on the flowers of solace do get the benefits, by the way. I know we were looking at
Okay.
that before. Just movement stuff. Looks like an apt attack through the mountains. Still a way to do this. Hate doing it because it takes a ton of movement, but seems to be the only way. Hmm. These are all fairly experienced. I don't want to lose them. Oh shit, no one else can get there anyway. Nope. Boom, boom. Boom. This will probably be it for. It's gonna be a massive number of units we got here, though. It gets 3 Frostling units. 3.
Yeah, should be easy. Looks like I reinforced.
Just looking at the. You can see the, like, ice spire in the distance. Yeah, your army reinforced in without problem. I saved in case it caused you to declare war on him, but I don't think so. Uh. Oh yeah, why I don't know. I was worried about having cheetah off to the side. It's fine because everything shows up in a line here anyhow. Um,
Yeah.
looks like that's your army off on the right side. They're all in one
Yep.
group. Uh, do I have any ranged units? Cheetah, tiger, tiger, sun guard, prowler, cheetah, cheetah. Just the chariots, I think. And my hero. Where's my hero? Yep. Only 2 ranged units. My hero and my chariots. They're all in one group off on the left. Um, and they're melee only, which means they'll probably either try and defend these gaps in the wall or they'll try and charge out. Um, I say I'm gonna try and gather towards the center, assuming that they're gonna charge out at us
Okay.
for a turn anyhow. Uh, why can they move 5? It must be because this is Arctic terrain, right? Oh no, they have 32 base movement. As much as a cheetah. Jeez, they're fast. Take a look at their movement speed.
32.
Yeah, makes. I mean, your elves have got to be jealous. Actually, yours have 36 for some reason. Why did the Storm Sisters have so much movement? Guess Long Strider affects them too. Huh.
I think.
Hmm.
I don't know.
All right. An elite Tiger Prowler. This guy is tough. 72 health. He'll get 82 when he levels up. She's actually not terribly. Well, actually, it's like 90 XP almost. 84. Uh, some of these units have seen a lot of combat. A lot. Oh yeah, you don't have something open, by the way, in the other, I don't know, different monitor, do you? Because I remember we were talking
No.
about that might be causing occasional crashes. Uh, the abilities are all keyed to a number. I don't know if you noticed this. Like, say if you press 1, 2, 3, 4, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
it'll trigger him. Uh, hmm. Send a tiger there in case they try and charge out at your range units here. Provide some support against that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. My turn.
Uh, yep. I would suggest pulling units. They're all ranged. Well, no, because if they charge out, might as well. I would suggest pulling them off to the right so that my melee units attack them from the left if those two come out, and because I have a couple cheetahs, a couple tigers, a sun guard could go that way. My prowler could circle behind him without too much. So I would suggest pulling to the right edge of the map as much as possible. Not really so much approaching as moving right, so that um you can catch him like flanking.
This is
I'd
about as far as I can go.
the longbowman. Well, yeah, you can
Yep.
go further forward and right to get even further because you're probably gonna need that tile for some of the others.
Okay.
Should be able to go further forward than that, so
I can
that
go
it's.
one more forward and one more right.
I'd go two forward. Just
Oh,
yeah,
just two forward.
yeah, because they'll probably come straight out,
Okay.
and that way you can hit them from entirely the opposite side. Make sure to flank them.
And then put
But
the storm sister behind that elf.
yep,
Long woman. Okay.
and you can guard them so they're removed from your like queue. Just press 3.
Yep.
Uh, and you have another longbowman and Shira the Bard.
Oh yeah, sure as a nourishing meal.
Yeah.
Probably would be best on one of your units.
Gives plus 100 to unit.
Maybe the tiger.
Uh,
The close one.
yeah. Looking around to see. Yeah, probably the close tiger because it'll gain a morale level from that, as well as, of course,
Yeah.
extra
Where should I put the other long one?
I'd move it around towards those others. So on the
Across
right.
next to the rock?
Yeah, behind the rock.
Okay.
You wouldn't want to make it too appealing to just charge right towards them.
Yeah. And then Cheer the Bard can go.
I'd probably nourishing meal the tiger from in front of it since she's got the mobility to be on tiger back.
Okay.
Like
Directly in front of it?
there.
Or like here?
Here. Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Nourishing meal.
This is like a dinky little outpost, but at some point I think she fed it a fish. Looks like that was a fish or maybe a rabbit.
I have no idea.
At some point, you'll see like big battles with cities with stone walls and trebuchets and stuff. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
trebuchets are useful attacking cities, people know, but people forget they're also useful at defending them. Because, they get extra range from and damage from walls, sure. But, if you're defending a city, the enemy's probably got trebuchets and ranged units, and your trebuchets can attack theirs, but have the advantage of cover and extra range and
Makes
extra
sense.
damage. Or just, nuke their support units and stuff. Like trebuchets have very long range. So
Yeah.
you remember like, War of the Rings where there's these big battles like for Gondor, Minas Tirith, and they have like the trebuchets in the wall. I imagine something like that. You can literally do that in this game.
Huh.
Probably the closest parallel to the fighting style of the men in Gondor is probably the High Elves, actually.
Yeah.
Well, at least their infantry, like the swordsmen and um, the disciplined spearmen, the trebuchets and such. Uh, Griffin riders instead of eagles, although there are halfling eagle riders. It's a thing. Um, hmm? I heard you chuckle about something. I was confused.
Halfling Eagle Riders.
Oh,
Is that a reference? Or is that just
that's a unit.
coincidental? No, I know.
Oh yeah, no, it's obviously a reference to Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Making fun of the how it should have ended of Lord of the Rings. Why, you fools? Is it if people interpreted that if they just ridden on the eagles to Mordor and just dropped the ring, the fires of
Yeah.
Mount Doom. They even had a version where they dropped Frodo himself into. He doesn't want to release the rings. The eagle just lets him go. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a joke, obviously, like a parody thing, but it's funny as heck. Uh, let's see. Prowlers have martial arts, so +5 against tax opportunity retaliations. Uh, hmm. Sun Guard could break their shield. I'd rather can break their guard. So, probably gonna kind of skirmish them over here on this side a little bit, but I'll direct some units towards you to help deal with those too. Um, I don't think my units suffer retaliation when they pounce, unlike a defensive strike, which normally incurs retaliations. though, actually. I shouldn't forget that. Uh, let's find out. Yeah, no, no retaliation. So I'll pounce this Frostling to death. I'd be silly not to.
Okay.
And then I can get the rest of my units to go help yours. Not quite dead. Dead. In which case, yeah, you might be best to avoid melee them for a tiny bit while I get my units over towards them, towards you.
Yeah.
Although they are fast, that's for sure. Maybe that's not really much of an option. Let's see. Oh yeah, the only unit they could actually reach right now, that's towards your hero, is the hero herself. If she fell back one tile, she'd be out of range. Okay, they're not as fast as I thought. Or it's not as. I mean, I could just. It's easy enough to see effect of it. Huh. Yeah. The problem is they can potentially freeze enemies with their frost weapons.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's the ice balls. Never mind. In that case, I wouldn't mind them attacking the Sun Guard once. Their maximum if they want to charge all the way up. Hmm. If you fall just a little bit back with your units over on the right side, you can stay out of range of that one. Uh,
Okay.
send the tiger to help. I mean, this is probably ridiculously doesn't matter that much, but if units don't get hurt, then of course they have more health for the next battle.